20 years ago, programmes like Grange Hill were credited with exploring important issues for British teenagers. And, like Biker Grove, it was a homegrown drama. But now, 61% of children's television is cartoons, and many of those are imported from America.
My wish came true!
Cartoons like The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy or SpongeBob
I have never seen such a lovely group of patties!
are becoming the popular choice for British children, but perhaps not their parents.
I don't like it, and I do try and limit him to watching it because it's just all American. It's all about America and how they live over there.
In fact, just 17% of programmes shown in Britain are made in Britain. Television regulator Ofcom says that's not enough.
There's an important role in society for output of that kind that's made in the UK, because it helps children to really understand the culture and the society they live in.
So what makes a good children's programme? Creativity?
Here's one we made earlier. Here's one we made earlier.
Drama?
And stop it, jokes. Hey.
Comedy?
Sometimes the drama will be more important, sometimes the entertainment will be more important. But those are the things, and really the essential thing is a good story, well told.
But it seems British children appreciate a story better when it's told with an American accent. Jane Dougal, 5 News.
Now, it's an incredible invention. Made out of protective foam, the latest in body armour allows its wearer to take a beating and feel no pain. So how does it work? 5's Jonathan Samuels has this hard-hitting report.
It looks like paint, but this goo has far more impact. A liquid which can make you superhuman. It's not hair wax or Play-Doh, but a unique secret formula that could save your life. When hit, it goes hard. The gunk is ideal for protecting the body.
Well, unfortunately, there's only one way to try this flexible armour out, and that's by being whacked. So I'm wearing some special trousers here. The armour is in the knee pads, and Richard, the inventor, is going to give me a good smack. Now, I felt that, but it didn't actually hurt. That's quite incredible. Go again. Now, who would use this stuff?
Anyone who wants freedom of movement and shock absorption. So skiers, snowboarders, motocross, motorcycle, riot gear, police, army. It actually works really well underfoot as well for running shoes.
The material, called D30, is ideal for high-impact sports and hobbies, motorcycling for example, or throwing yourself at walls. Please don't try this at home without the special gear, it will hurt. The armour can be fitted to almost any outfit. A biker can expect to pay an extra £50 to £100 for the protective pads. The small company's done most of the spade work, now it wants to hit the mainstream, so to speak.
So, just how much faith does the inventor have in his own product? Knees, elbow, hands. Jonathan Samuels, 5 News.
Yep, I'm convinced, but let's repeat the warning. Don't copy anything you saw there in Jonathan's report. Coming up next on 5 News, helping the helpless, a new push to protect women forced into prostitution.
And one news piece, no edits, and who knows how many cock-ups. We try a new way of news reporting.
This is 5 News, welcome back. Each year, thousands of women are smuggled into the country. They come here hoping for a better life, but the reality is that many of them are forced to sell their bodies for sex. Today, police announced a crackdown on the people traffickers and gangs bent on exploiting the vulnerable. Jane Secker reports.
Uzbekistan,
Jamaica,
Turkey.
It seems British men aren't choosy about where the women they use as prostitutes come from or how they get here. But hidden in saunas, massage parlours and even homes are thousands of women who've been trafficked to have sex against their will. This woman was just 12 when she ran away from home in Albania. 3 years later, she was trafficked into the UK and forced into the sex industry. Imprisoned in a flat, she had to sleep with up to 30 men a day. If she disobeyed...
If I don't make money, they put me in the cold water, in the bath. Cold water with ice. And I was beaten so badly. When the police catch me, I was all over the bruises in the body.
The nature of the crime makes its extent difficult to determine, but it's estimated up to 4,000 women are trafficked into the UK every year to supply a market for sex exploitation worth £275 million, and that a trafficker controlling a victim in an off-street brothel could expect to make £1,000 a week. A government operation last year led to 88 women being rescued and over 100 people involved in their exploitation arrested. Now the Home Office says it wants to give greater help to victims and raise awareness about the extent of the abuse.
It's not something that's restricted to large cities, seaports, airports. It can be any medium-sized or small town across England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland and indeed the Republic of Ireland.
But the government also faces criticism for deporting some of those who are rescued back to the country they originally left.
The reason why we're working with voluntary sector partners is to catch the traffickers, to rescue those who've been trafficked and to put in place the support that's necessary for victims.
200 years since the abolition of slavery, it seems business in the UK is booming. And young women will continue to be supplied in this gruesome trade as long as the demand exists from British men. Jane Secker, 5 News.
Women trafficked for the sex trade here in Britain. Now, some people take to charity fundraising like a duck to water. That's certainly the case of Joshua Harlino Evans. Only 7 years old, he's doing a sponsored swim to raise money for people with spinal injuries. Not any old swim. Joshua is planning on doing 22 miles. That's the equivalent of taking on the English Channel. His inspiring story is today's Your News.
I'm taking part in the Spinal Channel swim to raise money for people with spinal injuries. That means I'm going to swim 22 miles, the same distance as in England to France. But I'm not going to swim all that far in one go. I'm going to swim a little bit at a time in my local swimming pool. This is a swimming pool where I'm going to be swimming. In all, I'll be swimming more than 1,400 lengths, and I have to finish before the 9th of December. I hope I can get some people to sponsor me so I can help Aspire to raise money. I hope you enjoyed my movie.
We did. And if you have a story that's important to you, send it in. We'll put it on the news. Find out how at 5.tv/news. Most films take millions of pounds to make, months to film, weeks to edit. But a new competition has come along to challenge all that. Under the rules of the Straight 8 Festival, filmmakers can only use old-fashioned 8mm film cameras and can only edit by switching their camera on and off. Filmed in keeping with those restrictions, Ruth Liptrott's report had some interesting results.
Normally we film news pieces on a video camera. And if we don't get it right first time, which is usually the case,
speak for yourself.
We can do it again. And again, and again, and again. And then we edit about half an hour's worth of material down to about 2 minutes, using only the best takes, sound bites and shots. And again, and again, and again, and again. But today, we're doing things Straight 8 style, and it could all go horribly wrong. This is Straight 8, short films made on old-fashioned Super 8 cameras like we used to make home movies with. This is Will, who's one half of Will and George, and they made the film we've just seen. And because we're so tight for time, I'm going to give him 15 seconds to tell us what challenges this method of filmmaking presents.
OK, I get sent one roll of this film from Straight 8, I put it in my camera and then I have to plan my whole film in advance, and every time I pull the trigger it makes that noise, and it takes one scene of my film. So I have to edit it all in order in camera just by pulling that and letting go.
That's all we've got time for. Stop. The unedited films are given to Ed Sayers, the guy behind Straight 8, and he does the actual developing. But Ed, why would filmmakers want to do this to themselves, and why am I doing this to myself? Oh, you've got 15 seconds?
Well, I think it's strangely liberating to have all these restrictions. Everybody's got no budget, everybody has not much time, no one can do any retakes, and no one has the opportunity to edit. But when you finish shooting in this painful way, you have actually finished your film. You don't have to carry on editing. All you do is wait and find out if you were good enough to be shown at one of our screenings. And tomorrow night we're screening the best of 2007 at the Raindance Film Festival. Stop.
And if you're still not sure how it works, any music has to be added here and now. You can do special effects, but it looks rubbish. Bing! See, I've disappeared. But most important of all is the fact that Phil has to turn the camera on and off at the right. And make sure it's not accidentally turned on. And that's it. We're back at the office and out of time. Thanks. Hope it turns out all right. Ruth Lipshot, 5 News. Give us...
I remember when we made television news films like that. If you'd like to see how Ruth's film was shot and all the problems it poses, you can find a making of report on our website. In a moment, Lara's here with the weather. First, a reminder of tonight's top news. The jury at the inquest into the death of Princess Diana and Dodi Al Fayed have been shown new pictures of the couple's last movements. David Cameron has challenged Gordon Brown to call an election, telling the Conservative Party and the country he's ready to become Prime Minister. And children's television has been criticised by regulator Ofcom for showing too many cartoons and not enough British-made content. That's the news. I'm back with more in an hour, 7 o'clock. Do join me then. Until then, from me and the team. Bye-bye.
QuickFit Air Conditioning Recharge, getting you through the weather.
Hello. Over the next few days, plenty of sunshine on its way, but right now it's wet and rather miserable for Scotland, the north of England and for much of Wales. Overnight, though, that wet weather is sweeping away. By first thing tomorrow morning, temperatures down to about 2 degrees in the coolest of places. That's for parts of Ireland. It is going to be rather chilly. Elsewhere, though, better temperatures, the odd area of cloud cover, but generally tomorrow is looking pretty pleasant. By midday, most of the cloud disappearing and we're seeing lots of sunshine. Temperatures up to an impressive 18 degrees, and over the next couple of days, for most of us, the sunshine is sticking around, even though there will be a few showers for parts of the north. That's it for now. Bye-bye.
Brake checking from QuickFit, getting you through the weather.
And you can get daily weather forecasts for your area sent directly to your mobile by signing up for Five's weather service. If you'd like to sign up, just text the word weather followed by a space and the first part of your postcode to 82100.